Hey guys, Jordan here. It's been a while since you've seen me, I know. We've been quite busy. Seems like almost every night we have somewhere to go with people we've met at hostels. But I was also locked out of my Adobe suite because of some weird billing account issue, or billing address issue. So I couldn't launch Adobe Premiere anymore and get to my videos and edit anything, so that kind of didn't help much either. So, but I got that figured out, and here I am. We are in Lyon, France right now, so we've made quite some headway. But in the interest of not making these videos too long each, I'm going to give you a summary of what happened when we got to Madrid and when we went to Segovia, which is by far one of my favorite places we've visited so far. We got to Madrid and took a walk around the city, found a pretty good vantage point on top of this cathedral/bar thing. That was in downtown that had a bar on top, although it was closed, so we couldn't get anything to drink, which was kind of a bummer. But the view from up there was very spectacular. And then we kind of wandered around, got to the main square in Madrid, where there was some sort of festival going on. And there was all these really weird people in costumes, some like vaguely similar costumes to like licensed characters.
Look everyone, it's Bert Sampson and Monkey Mouse and Smurfs. A bunch of other similar but legally distinct characters.
And then some really just weird ones like Crazy Goat Person.
Get your picture taken with a demon goat. Yeah, kitties. Fun for the whole family.
And creepiest baby in the world.
People give them money just to stand there and be the creepiest thing in the world. Madrid is weird.
The second day we were there, we took a train up to a place called Segovia, which is about an hour and a half northwest of Madrid. And it was an amazing place. If you're ever in Madrid, take a day trip up there because it's spectacular. We happened to go there on Good Friday. I guess we didn't really realize it was Good Friday. But they had a religious procession parade thing going on right as we got there, and it was really interesting, a little bit creepy, given the hooded costumes that all the people were wearing in the procession. But got some really interesting footage of that. And then we made our way to the aqueducts of Segovia. It's a very defining historical feature of the city. These are Roman aqueducts that were built in the 1st century AD and held together with 25,000 granite blocks with zero mortar or any sort of adhesive. It's all just physically held together by the architecture, and it's this incredibly tall aqueducts. At the highest point, they're like 29 meters high, taller than some of the buildings in the area. It was rather impressive to see that kind of architecture and to know that it was built, you know, almost 2,000 years ago. One of the coolest things that I think we saw there was the Alcazar of Segovia, this really great castle that's built on this peninsula between two rivers. It was built around in the 12th century. Around 1122 was the first time that it was ever recorded as having existed, but it could have been built before that. They don't really have a lot of history on it. It was actually partially destroyed by a fire in 1862 and was rebuilt since then. So, but it's this magnificent castle and we went there, and across the valley they have these hiking paths up this hill where you can see the whole castle and the big Segovia cathedral that's there, and you can see just the beautiful trees and all the flowers are blooming, and you can see the snow-capped mountains in the background, and it was just outstanding. One of the most beautiful places I've ever seen in my life. Very picturesque, and we just hung out there for a couple hours just enjoying the view, and then made our way back to Madrid and tried to make it to Portugal, but two things happened there. One, we made it all the way to a place called Badajoz, which is in southwest Spain, right on the border between Spain and Portugal, because the map shows that there's a train track that goes from Badajoz to Lisbon, which is the capital of Portugal. Turns out there is a train track, but there isn't any trains that run on it anymore. They shut it down a while back. Number two, all the trains in Portugal were or are still on strike, so they weren't running at all. We decided instead to head to Sevilla, which is a town in southern Spain, which is a fantastic little place. And I've got some footage of that, but I'll put that in a separate video just to keep this one a little bit shorter. But thanks for watching, really appreciate it. And tune in next time when we go to Sevilla, Granada, and Valencia. Thanks for watching.